What if the terror of Blackbeard was more than just a reputation? It was a meticulously crafted brand. Forget everything you think you know about Blackbeard. Don't just hear the stories, witness the tactics, the psychological warfare, and the sheer audacity that made him the most feared man on the high seas. You won't believe what we uncover. Beyond the skull and crossbones. When most people imagine a pirate, they picture the wild eyes, the thick beard, and the burning fuses woven into his hair, Blackbeard. But was he really the savage killer we've been told about, or something far more calculated? The truth lies somewhere between myth and reality. Beneath the smoke and the snarling reputation was Edward Teach, a man who knew that terror could be a weapon more powerful than any blade. Today, we strip away the legends to reveal the man behind the mask. The birth of a legend, Edward Teach's ascent. Edward Teach's early years remain shrouded in mystery. Most historians believe he was born in Bristol, England, around 1680. Like many of his generation, he went to sea as a privateer during the War of Spanish Succession, legally raiding enemy ships under the Crown's blessing. But when the war ended, thousands of sailors were suddenly jobless. Teach, like many others, turned from sanctioned plunder to outright piracy. He was clever, ambitious, and methodical. Rising through the ranks under pirate Captain Benjamin Hornigold, he soon earned command of his own vessel. It was then that he forged the persona that would shake the Caribbean, Blackbeard. With a massive frame, a thick black beard, and a flair for the dramatic, he transformed himself from another sea rogue into a living nightmare. Mastering the art of intimidation, Blackbeard understood that fear could do what cannon fire could not. He tied slow-burning fuses into his hair and beard, so that when battle loomed, smoke and sparks poured from his face like some demonic apparition. Contemporary accounts describe him as terrifying without lifting a finger. But here's the twist: Blackbeard wasn't a reckless butcher. In fact, he rarely killed unless absolutely necessary. His goal was compliance, not carnage. If ships surrendered without a fight, which they often did, everyone survived, and Teach claimed the prize with minimal risk. By weaponizing his appearance, his reputation, and the theater of intimidation, Blackbeard proved that psychology could win battles faster than bloodshed. The Golden Age of Piracy and Blackbeard's domain. Blackbeard thrived during the so-called Golden Age of Piracy, when weakened European empires and lucrative shipping routes created a perfect storm for pirate activity. The Caribbean, the American colonies, and the West African coast became his hunting grounds. At the peak of his power, he commanded a small fleet, including the captured French ship he renamed Queen Anne's Revenge. His dominance stretched across vital trade routes, choking off goods and wealth bound for Europe. But his influence went beyond the sea. Blackbeard cultivated alliances with corrupt officials and smugglers, weaving a shadow network that made him as much a strategist as a swashbuckler. He wasn't just a pirate, he was running a business empire built on fear and cunning. The legacy beyond the legend. In 1718, Blackbeard's reign met its bloody end off the coast of North Carolina. Cornered by Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy, he fought ferociously until he was overwhelmed, taking multiple wounds before finally falling. His head was displayed as a grim warning, but the legend was already unstoppable. Over the centuries, Blackbeard has lived on in literature, film, and popular imagination, morphing into the very symbol of piracy itself. Yet the real man was more complex, not just a brute, but a strategist who turned fear into currency. By separating the man from the monster, we see Edward Teach for what he truly was, a master of branding, intimidation, and control, centuries before those words entered modern strategy. Blackbeard didn't just terrorize the seas. He engineered an image so powerful that we're still talking about it 300 years later. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Until next time.